All right, and we're live here at Lake High School. 3-point shot is good from Jaden Myers. And we are here in the first quarter. We're at 2:14 left in the first. It's 12-8 Irish. And it's been a start here at Lake High School that we'll put behind us. And hopefully the Tiffin Columbian will as well as they work on the defensive end. Lee with the turnaround, no good. Rebound grabbed by Myers of the Tornadoes. Thanks for tuning in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn sitting here courtside. Take a moment to thank our sponsors here in just a moment. But first, Logan Beeston finds Braden Rogo streaking to the basket under the baseline and puts it up and in off the glass, and it's a 12-10 ball game. Once again, folks, we appreciate you tuning in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty getting the broadcast started here, but everything under control. With that last three for Toledo Central. Got here by dispatching Sandusky in the last round. Beeston with the turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound grabbed by Central Catholic's Micah Thames. They drive it to the base. Put it right up off the glass and in. Chico Johnson with 7 points now here in the first quarter. Beeston finds Burns, right wing three. No, off the rim. Rebound fought for, and it goes, oh, what a play by Bryce Burns to save it from going out of bounds. Tosses it off of Sam, I'm sorry, that is not Sam Lee, that is Josh Lee, because they look identical because they're twin brothers. So Josh Lee is on the floor, Sam Lee is on the bench. He's the one that started the game out of the Lee trees.
Lee
6'6" seniors for the Toledo Central Catholic Irish. That one poked away. Braden Rogo with it. 17-10 Irish leading Tiffin Columbian. There's 8 seconds left here in the first quarter. Weingart driving. Turn around. Oh. Nice pass to Bryce Rogo, and Rogo with a spin move, turnaround jumper at the free throw line. Knocks it down. And that's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Irish 17, Tiffin Columbian 12. We'll take this time to thank our sponsors for bringing you tonight's broadcast. Once again, you're listening to Heart of Ohio Sports right here, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Stick around for the halftime show brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore, and the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Also, our player of the game brought to you by MST Sauce Company, and the keys to the game, stick around, brought to you by Win Waste Innovations in Fostoria. I also like to say thanks to Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen, Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Fort Ball Pizza Palace, Ex-Curry Mexican Restaurant, and Greggy, what a fine atmosphere over here at Lake Flyer Fieldhouse for this district final.
That's what makes it so hectic to try to get the little kinks worked out too. It's packed in here, Nate. You got to get in between people and get your equipment, get the thing working right.
When we broadcast the game, go sideways. This coming Tuesday, as I receive
we're a man short tonight.
That's right. I received notification that the shipping will be here on Tuesday for our 5G mobile hotspot. So
I'm excited for that.
Oh, me too. Weingart driving the baseline, finds Rogo on the left side. Bryce Rogo kicks it out for Burden. Now Burden pulls it back. Beeston over to Burden. Now Weingart with it on the left wing. Gives it to Beeston, driving to the basket, puts it up off the glass. No, but he is fouled on his way up for the shot. Logan Beeston draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Irish foul, 22, Bucky Bishop.
I want to remind all of our listeners, First National Bank of Sycamore is uniquely rooted in our communities. They're proudly serving their customers since 1919. They have locations in Sycamore, Tiffin, New Riegel, and McCutcheonsville. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Logan Beeston knocks down the first of 2 free throws. Makes the score 17-13. Of course, we appreciate all you guys tuning in with us, and I understand the feed is a little glitchy. And we do the best we can with what we have right now, but I'll tell you, wait till next week. That's all I got to say. We were hoping it'd be here by yesterday, but evidently overnight shipping doesn't exist anymore.
The shipping just slows in right around here.
So, yeah, tune in next week as we bring you more playoff basketball live from Bowling Green State University. Oh, what a move in the paint. Tywan Clark with the move. Got the defender to go up, and then he spun around and put it up off the glass and in. 19-14, Irish. Ooh. Block under the basket. Rogo tried to get that one to go. Nice move to the basket, but that one's no good from Greenlee. Yeah, Michael Greenlee will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
So impressive how quickly they can just change things right there. And they get in the block and then just taking the ball right back down the court. Didn't get the shot there, but got the foul.
Of course, since we weren't able to bring you the start of tonight's broadcast, we'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups for both teams as Greenlee misses the first. For the Central Catholic Fighting Irish, junior Michael Greenlee, he's at the line now, number 1. Number 3, senior Micah Thames. Number 14, sophomore Isaiah Brenneman. Number 24, junior Chico Johnson. And number 40, senior Sam Lee. And Greenlee missed the first, but got the second one to go. And it's 20-14, Fighting Irish. 6:25 left to play here in the first half. What a feed from Bryce Rogo, finding Logan Beeston under the basket. And Beeston with the left hand lays it up and in. Brenneman out on the left wing. Over the right wing. And work it down low for Lee. Off the glass and in. The bank is open here on Saturday night at the Flyer Fieldhouse.
What's Lee listed, about 7 feet tall?
Yeah, 6'6", the senior, Sam Lee. Braden Rogo driving into the paint. Up with the shot off the glass and in. What a beautiful move by Rogo. And an even more beautiful finish. Micah Thames kicks it over. And they work it around. Now work it down low for Josh Lee. He's turnaround jumper is no good. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Logan Beeston. Beeston drives it into the forecourt, driving up with the shot off the glass. No, but there's going to be a foul before the shot on the floor. As they're going to get number 14. That's Isaiah Brenneman on the foul. That'll be his first. And the third team foul on the Irish comes at the 5:22 mark here in the second period. Rogo to inbound, that's Braden. He'll give and go, gets it back from Jaden Myers. Now over to Burns on the right wing. Bryce Burns gives it over to Jaden Myers. Now Burns off the Myers screen. Driving, nearly lost it, gets it out. Rogo on the right wing. In the corner, Braden Rogo.
Right there.
Oh, they are right there, smothering. Nice move by Rogo. Left the defender in the dust, but unable to finish on the jump shot. And the Irish grab the rebound.
Look how quickly they get right back down the court.
Yeah, they're pushing, they're running. That's what they want. They want to tire them out.
I want to put that foot on the gas, extend that lead here.
Nice move there. Oh, what a shot by Chico Johnson.
I can't believe that one went in.
Johnson gets that one to go. Irish 24, Tornadoes 18. 4:21 left here in the first half. Rogo over to Beeston. Beeston back to Rogo. Braden Rogo driving into the paint. A little left-handed shot, no good. Burns fought for the rebound, but the Irish grab it down the floor. Johnson with the shot up off the glass, puts it up and in, and he draws the foul. Chico Johnson will go to the line for an opportunity to convert on a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Irish now lead 26-18.
Great ball control right there under the basket.
I talked with Travis Kinn momentarily before the game tonight. He's like, take care of the ball. That was right there. Turnover. That's not. Working on defense. All right. All right, welcome back. You're listening to the Halftime Show brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. We're here at halftime at Lake Flyer Fieldhouse here in Millbury, Ohio. Tonight's site for the district final here in Division II. And we are here at halftime with the Irish leading Tiffin Columbian 38-26 at the moment. Once again, you're listening to the First National Bank of Sycamore Halftime Show. I want to take a moment here just to remind you that your Legacy Federal Credit Union has been part of the community for over 70 years. They are a member-driven financial cooperative and are delighted to provide a personal touch to an often impersonal industry with a focus on respect and member satisfaction while caring for your financial needs. Stop at your Legacy Federal Credit Union, located at 25 Schaefer Park Drive in Tiffin. Your community, your legacy, federally insured NCUA. And once again, we want to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you high school basketball here on Heart of Ohio Sports, this playoff edition of high school basketball. Thanks to MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, our halftime show sponsor, Phillips Electric, Wind Waste Innovations in Fostoria, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Fort Ball Pizza Palace, Excurre Mexican Restaurant, and your Legacy Federal Credit Union. All proud sponsors right here on the pulse of the Buckeye State, Heart of Ohio Sports. Once again, we thank everyone for tuning into the broadcast. We understand that it's not the best feed. We're doing the best that we have. We're doing the best with what we have. And I think we're doing a pretty darn good job, provided that we're providing you with a free stream. And I understand that, we have sponsors. We're trying to make everybody happy here. But starting next week, you're going to see something that is cutting edge, something that is revolutionary in this area, and something that you just don't see every day, and that is quality high school sports broadcasting. And I'm excited to bring it to everybody in this area.
Oh, yeah, we're doing absolutely everything we can to bring the best quality that we can bring to everybody, because it's the quality that we want for ourselves. We don't settle for anything less. We're not happy with the quality that we have right now, so absolutely. We wouldn't expect you guys to be. But
it drives me nuts. Trust me, folks. I'm just as frustrated with it as you are. But We have made the investment to make the improvements to ensure that this doesn't happen again, and we have a crystal clear quality broadcast for you here on Heart of Ohio Sports each and every time we live stream an event. So let's talk about this halftime show, Greg. First National Bank of Sycamore. Keys to the game brought to you by Winwaste Innovations in Fostoria. I talked with Travis Kinn before the game about what are the keys to the game, and he said, well, we got to take care of the ball, and we're going to have to rebound. With those two 6'6" seniors down low, the Lee brothers, the Lee trees.
If you miss those shots, it's hard to get the rebound. So you really got to start getting more of those shots to land for you here.
There's not going to be very many second chance opportunities with those two kids on the floor.
They're going to take those opportunities right away from you.
Absolutely. So you're going to have to make your shots, and if you don't make your shots, well, you're going to have to take care of the basketball. Mm-hmm. You can't turn the ball over. That's where your deficit is right here. You had a few sloppy exchanges here in the first half, and you had a couple of instances where the Irish have had, you've done a good job on the defensive end with the Irish, and then they miss a shot, but then they get a second chance at it, and they go right back up, put it back up and in. And that's got to be frustrating for the defense because, they're doing their job. They're doing a pretty good job on this Fighting Irish team. It's just, this is a strong squad. They're talented, and they come at you from
not only that, Nate, but you're doing such a great job defensively, but there's just some things that you really can't defend against, and that's 6'7" guys underneath the basket. You just kind of it's almost an easy shot there. If you can't get the play that you want to get going, it's almost like a bread and butter play there. They just get it to the guy right into the basket, and it's almost too easy at that point. So you got to make sure that you're not giving up those second chance opportunities to the other team.
That's absolutely right. What it really comes down to here in the second half, they've got to take care of the basketball, and they've got to find a way to get the ball in the basket. Logan Beeston leading the way with 7 points, Cyrus Burden with 6. But outside of that, Greg, they don't really have a whole lot of contributions from some of the other key players on this team. They really need somebody like Bryce Burns to step up here in the second half. He's got no points in the first half. This is a senior, a guy they look to for leadership. And, he's a 1,000-point scorer for this school. This is a guy that they're going to need something from here in the second half if they're going to be able to pull this one out.
Well, and the reason the Irish have a 12-point lead at this point is because they know what they're dealing with here in the Tornadoes, and they knew that, getting too comfortable with a little lead just isn't good enough, and you've seen that as they continue to play up-close personal defense, even with that big of a lead, which is it just extended it to this point right before halftime.
Once again, your score, Toledo Central Catholic 38, Tiffin Columbian 26. Thanks for tuning in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Of course, once again, we'll be live this Tuesday from the Stroh Center at BGSU as we bring you the regional semifinal here on Heart of Ohio Sports as the Tiffin Calvert Senecas will play Ottoville at the 5 seed from the Elida region. I was pretty surprised about that. I'm looking at it and I'm like, they're a 5 seed, and their first game was a 1-point game, and then they had a 5-point win. Then every one of their wins after that was at least a 10-point win, a double-digit victory, and they took care of the 1 seed handily. Wow. Presboy Conview, and that's a good squad.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to this Tuesday. Obviously, the Stroh Center is a premier venue for basketball, let alone high school basketball. You want to talk about setting the stage? You couldn't set a bigger stage for the Tiffin Calvert Senecas as they try to continue on in the OHSAA playoffs in the Division IV regional semifinal to be played once again this Tuesday night at the Stroh Center in BGSU. That's a 6 o'clock tip-off, so make sure you tune in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports at 5:50 for the pregame show. Once again, Tiffin Calvert versus Ottoville in the regional semifinal at Bowling Green State University this Tuesday night. So, Greg, we're here about a minute to go until the start of the second half. Keys to the game for Tiffin Columbian. We talked about it. For the Fighting Irish, what do they got to do here in the second half to close this one out?
They just got to keep doing what they've been doing, Nate. They've got to keep their foot on the gas. They got to keep smothering the Tornadoes and making it almost near impossible for them to get these shots that they're looking for. You doing that, you keep your guys under the basket and get those rebounds, and you're just going to run away with this one.
Absolutely. Well, we're about a minute away from the start of the second half. We talked about the keys for Tiffin Columbian. Keys to the game brought to you by Winwaste Innovations in Fostoria. Of course, make sure you stick around for the post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. People really understand what he does for this community, what his business does. I mean, the customer. He sees you as a friend. He sees you as a community member. If you're looking for the best in quality and service, I mean, that's the guy. Go talk to Tom Phillips first. Phillips Electric, once again, a proud sponsor here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
I can tell you personally, Nate, what speaks to his character for me is when I used to be a pizza delivery driver, he was one of the best tippers I ever delivered to.
Oh, I tell you, he's a good guy.
He's a heck of a guy.
He is a heck of a guy. And a good guy to play around a golf with. Let's just say that. And we're underway here in the second half. Once again, your score 38-26. Fighting Irish with the lead and the possession. Tried to find a little alley-oop under the basket. That one tipped out of bounds, last touched by the Fighting Irish. So it'll go back to Tiffin Columbian.
It's like I talked about, Nate, that bread and butter play there. You just get the ball to the tall man under the basket. It's almost automatic. Almost.
Irish employing a full court set. A full court press. They're not afraid to defend all the way out past the perimeter.
They want to make this as hard as they can for them.
Absolutely. Beeston driving into the lane. Draws a double team. Now kicks it out for Weingart on the right wing. Weingart driving. Kicks it out for Myers. Jaden Myers. Now over to Burden. Cyrus Burden. Weingart. Now Burns on the left wing working on Chico Johnson. Beeston working on Brenneman. Pulls up from the elbow. Knocks it down. Logan Beeston knocks down the jump shot. Brings the Tornadoes to within 10. Pass under the basket for Lee. That one no good on the shot, but he's going to go to the line for 2 shots as he's fouled on the follow-through.
And that kind of defense there, too, Nate. Takes you so long to be able to get your shot.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that they land. Beeston did a great job there on the last possession.
Absolutely. Lee able to hit the first free throw. He's got 9 points here tonight. And the Irish lead by 11, 39-28. There's 6:55 left here in the third quarter. Lee's second shot no good. Rebound grab by Burden. Now Burns pushes it down the floor, pulls it back. Now drive it baseline. Burns in the lane, cut off by the defense. He's well aware of that 6'6" senior right behind him.
Nowhere to go up with that one.
Weingart under the basket for Myers. Myers draws the double team. Now he has to kick it back out for Burns, and they reset. Burns over to Burden on the left wing. Burden out to Myers. Now they work it around the perimeter. Beeston puts the ball on the floor, and he's going to be fouled on the reach-in. Sam Lee called on the foul.
Irish foul on 40, Sam Lee, his second.
That'll be his second, and the first on the Irish here in the second half. Comes at the 6:20 mark in the third quarter. Cyrus Burden working on Thames. Kicks it out. Logan Beeston. Beeston working on Isaiah Brenneman. Now Burns thought about a three, puts the ball on the floor, driving, pulls up. No good on the shot. Rebound grabbed by Weingart. Goes back up with it. No. Rebound grabbed by Greenlee. He pushes it down the floor. Greenlee over the left wing. 3-point shot. No good. Rebound grabbed by Lee under the basket. And he goes back up and puts it in. 41-28. Irish by 13. Beeston with the shot with the ball on the left wing. Weingart. What a save by Jacob Weingart. He had 1 foot inbounds, jumped up, and threw the ball off the defender to save the possession. Wow. Inbound to Burns, over to Beeston. They like that inbound play.
This defense, they're like glue all over them.
Beeston's step-back jumper is blocked by Brenneman. And Johnson is going to be fouled. It's one of those instances where Johnson, when he took off, he looked like he was going straight for the basket, and then he kind of stopped and turned to the right, and Beeston was not thinking he was going to turn. He was planted and just ran right into him. 41-28 your score. Irish with the lead. They have the possession. Johnson down to Brenneman. Now Greenlee. Out on the wing. Works it over to Johnson. Johnson working on Burns. Johnson driving. Baseline. Pulls up. No. Fouled on the shot. They're going to get Jacob Weingart on the foul. That is indeed the call. Weingart called on the foul. That'll be his third.
Jacob Weingart, his third. At the line, shoot 2 of the Irish, Chico Johnson.
Johnson knocks down the first.
Checking out the Tornadoes, number 3, Braden Rogo.
Chico Johnson has 16 points. Knocks down the second. Give him 17 and give the Irish a 15-point advantage. 43-28 your score.
Not even a second to breathe, Nate.
Nope. Burns works it over to Myers. Myers down low for Burden. Nice move by Cyrus Burden. Got the defender to go up. And then they come down on top of him as he puts the shot up and in.
Irish foul number 1, Michael Greenlee Jr. at the line, shooting 1.
Greenlee Jr. called on the foul. That's his first, and the second team foul on the Irish. Burden knocks down the free throw. 3-point play for Cyrus Burden. He's got 9 points here tonight. They work it down the floor. Chico Johnson has out on the left wing. Now out for Thames at the top of the key. Greenlee over to Johnson. Johnson pulls up from 3. No good. Rebound grabbed by Rogo. That's Braden Rogo with the rebound. Over to Beeston. Now Logan Beeston with it. Working on Brenneman. Myers. Out to Beeston. Down low for Burden. Burden had it stripped away but gets it back. Myers now out to Burns, who had his 3-point shot blocked. A frustrating night for Bryce Burns as he's just been hassled on the defensive end. Shot no good from Brenneman. And we're going to get a foul under the basket on Braden Rogo.
Foul 3. Braden Rogo, his first. Checking in for the Irish. Number 10, Michael Leach. Number 32, Josh Lee.
Josh Lee checking in for Central Catholic. Thames looking to inbound. That's a 5-second violation. He definitely gave him the 5 count, but that was it. He got the count of 5, not the 5 count. (43-31) your score. Tornadoes have the possession, trailing by 12. Braden Rogo brings the ball into the forecourt for the Tornadoes. Beeston, left wing 3 for Myers, no good. Rebound grabbed by Lee. And I'm telling you, Greg, that's the shot that Central Catholic's going to live with. Mm-hmm. They're going to let Jaden Myers have that shot every time if he keeps taking those.
Yep, that's the only shot that they're going to leave partially there for you. And obviously, you see why they.
Well, and earlier in the game, I know we weren't covering the very beginning, the very first start of the first quarter, but Myers hit a 3 in the first part of the game. And, I mean, it had a lot of – everybody got, loud pop, but maybe that might have been a bad thing because he hit that first one, got a little confidence. Now he missed his last couple. He's a great player, but
oh, absolutely.
You want to get him a little closer to the basket.
The game plan of the Irish here is they're just working it to perfection.
Absolutely. He just excels when he's closer to the basket. He's an outstanding post player.
They're just not letting him get comfortable.
Well, and especially when he has to deal with those trees down low.
Oh.
Pull up three, no good. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Brenneman of the Fighting Irish.
Wow.
Right wing three, that's good. Brian Bishop on the three. 46-31 your score. Rogo had that one tipped and goes out of bounds off of the Tornadoes. And Travis Kinn has seen enough. He calls a timeout. With 2:42 left here in the third quarter, we'll keep it right here. We'll use this time to thank our sponsors. Thanks once again to MST Sauce Company. Stick around for the post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union as we will crown the MST Sauce Company Player of the Game. Also thanks to First National Bank of Sycamore, Phillips Electric, Wind-Waste Innovations in Fostoria, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Fort Ball Pizza Palace, Ex-Carre Mexican Restaurant, and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. All proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's the internet. Make it really good. Excited about next week. We have more playoff matches set to face off with Ottoville. And the grandest of stages in this area at the Stroh Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University.
Columbian down but not out here, and they see if they can make something happen.
Of course, the district or the Division II district regional semifinal. Wow! Also to be played at Bowling Green, as that shot no good under the basket for the Irish. Tornadoes grab the rebound. 2:15 left here in the third. 46-31 your score. Rogo had it stripped away. Down the floor for Lee. Showtime! Chico Johnson!
Wow. The student section just erupts over there right in front of them.
I knew it was happening. I knew that was coming.
Irish foul on the three, Michael Payne. His first. Changing the Irish, number one, Michael Greenlee Jr.
Foul on the floor. As Tornadoes will inbound it. Down 48-31. 1:57 left here in the third quarter. Logan Beeston brings the ball into the forecourt. He's got 9 points. Hands off to Braden Rogo. Throwing bodies. Myers into the paint, up with the shot. No. Burden grabs his own rebound, goes back up with it. No good. But he's fouled on the follow-through. You know, normally you look at Cyrus Burden and I'm like, man, he's a pretty big kid. Stand next to Josh and Sam Lee and it's like, hey, he's not that big. And he's still standing in there at 6'2". I mean, he's a thick 6'2" as well. I mean,
it just speaks to the volume of how tall the other players actually are standing around him there. That's you don't see it every day.
Maybe 6'2" is a little generous.
Swap the leads out here.
Had to replant the lead tree. Burden knocks down the second free throw. 48-33 is your score. Burden now with 11 points to lead all scorers for Tiffin Columbian. Under the basket, shot up, no good. But he is fouled on his way up to the basket. Rogo called on the foul. That'll send Tywan Clark to the line.
first one.
Tornadoes, 31. Logan Beeston.
Second free throw is up and good. 49-33 is your score. Burden kicks it over on the left wing for Rogo. That's Bryce Rogo. Now over to Beeston. Beeston working on Bishop. Down low, back to Rogo. And Bryce Rogo lays it up off the glass and in.
Exactly what they needed there, Nate. Just great play execution.
Oh, what a spin move into the paint. Woo! Makai Leach. I'll tell you, Greg, that was pretty.
Picture perfect, Nate.
That's a freshman.
And I hope somebody got a photo of that.
That's a freshman. We talked about the tantalizing talent
my goodness.
that this young freshman has. We put it on display right there. 51-35 your score. And a reach-in foul called on number 22. That's Bucky Bishop.
Irish foul, number 22, Bucky Bishop. His third, team fifth.
Burns on the left wing. Down low for Beeston. Had it off his foot, and the Irish save it from going out of bounds. They push it down the floor. Up with the shot. Oh, nearly got that one to finish. Leach for three. No. Rebound tipped, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Toledo Central. Oh, they're going to say a push-off. And that will put Toledo Central Catholic at the line as Tiffin Columbian now with their 7th team foul. That puts the Irish in the bonus. So every foul from here on out is going to mean free throws for the Irish. So with 6 seconds left here in the third quarter, we'll keep it right here for this 30-second timeout as the Irish lead the Tornadoes 51-35. Thanks for tuning in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn live here from Lake Flyer Fieldhouse in Millbury, Ohio, the site of tonight's Division II District Final matchup between Tiffin Columbian and Toledo Central Catholic.
Coach Kinn over there trying to get his team fired up.
Oh, he is definitely lighting a fire over there.
He knows what they're capable of, and they need to give 110% here in this last quarter.
He definitely let him have a piece of his mind there. I just don't think he was too satisfied with the effort he's seeing on the floor here tonight. They're not, you usually see these guys diving for loose balls, you know, going after the steals, going after the passing lanes. It just hasn't been there tonight, Greg. The second chance opportunity once again for the Irish. You're getting a lot of those. And that one's no good. Boy, he was going for the last second shot there. Missed everything. And that's the end of the third quarter. Your score, Irish 51, Tiffin Columbian 35. Folks, First National Bank of Sycamore is uniquely rooted in our communities, proudly serving their customers since 1919. They have locations in Sycamore, Tiffin, New Riegel, and McCutcheonsville. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Once again, First National Bank of Sycamore. A fine business, or a fine bank to do business with. We got a couple of them we do business with here, Greg, as your Legacy Federal Credit Union. I personally do business with them here with Heart of Ohio Sports. They're our personal bank, and very happy to do business with a couple of fine institutions here in Tiffin and Seneca County.
So you go through that sponsor list there, Nate, some of these food places that we have. I had to take out a couple loans just to satisfy my urges.
I'll tell you what, that hospitality room definitely filled me right up. I didn't need anything today.
For sure, but I never leave one of our games not hungry, I can tell you that much.
I always think about it on the ride home, like, do I want Fort Ball? Do I want Reno's? What do I want? Is it Madison still open? We're underway here in the fourth quarter of action. Logan Beeston brings the ball into the forecourt for the Tornadoes. 51-35, they trail by 16. Rogo, spin move into the paint, up with the shot, no, rebound, fought for, grabbed under the basket by Lee. That's Sam Lee. They push it down the floor. Three-point shot is good. Chico Johnson is putting on a show here tonight. 22 points for the junior. And they're up by 19. He's the major reason for that right now. Rogo under the basket for Beeston. Nice feed. And Logan Beeston gets that one to go. Trims it to 17. 54-37 your score. Under the basket for Lee.
Again with the rebound there. Second chance opportunities, Nate.
And that was no good on the shot on the baseline. Rebound grabbed by the Fighting Irish. 56-37 your score. Kick out, three-point shot from Johnson. Misses everything. Rebound grabbed by Beeston.
Ooh. Miscommunication there.
Beeston thought his teammate was going one way, and
it was a heck of a pass. There wasn't anybody there.
Down the floor, Lee. That's a travel. He was going to try to get a little bounce pass under the basket for his teammate.
He changed his mind there at the last second.
But a Tornado defender kind of stuck his leg out to make him think about it, and he kind of hesitated, and that's a travel. 56-37 your score. 6:20 left to play here in the ball game. Tornadoes trailing by 19 now.
Oh my goodness.
Ball stolen away. Thames down the floor, puts it up off the glass for Lee! Sam Lee with the dunk. And Myers on the other end gets it to go, and he's fouled under the basket. They don't give away any free shots.
No.
Myers was all by himself. There's nobody anywhere near him. And in the time it took him to gather up that shot, an Irish defender comes out of nowhere like a blur and just bowls him over.
It's insane, their ability to get down in the court and cover somebody.
Myers knocks down the second. And Jaden Myers now with 7 points here tonight. 58-40 your score. Irish leading by 18.
Moving the ball down the court so quickly.
Brenneman at the top of the key. Works it over on the right wing. That's Greenlee. And back out for Thames. Weingart called on the reach-in.
Jacob Weingart, his fourth.
58-40 your score. 5:39 left to play here in the ball game. Don't forget, stick around for the postgame show brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Thames unable to convert on the free throw. Burns grabbed the rebound. Myers out at the top of the key. Over to Beeston. Beeston working on Lee. Left wing for Burns. Drives the baseline. Puts it up. Off the glass. No. Rebound. controlled under the basket by the Fighting Irish. They have just dominated on the boards tonight here, Greg. And that's the one thing Travis Kinn said before the game. They've got to be able to rebound. And, I mean, it's just been that's a tall task with those tall trees down there.
I'm going to tell you, the effort here from the Irons tonight, and not even a single one of these guys really looks tired.
Nah, that's the thing I was just about to say. They've been running the full length of the floor the entire night. I mean running. Every time they get the ball, there's no half court. They're trying to get transition baskets. They want to get those fast break points. That's a run-and-gun team.
And that's how you get a lead like this.
And they just have never taken their foot off the gas tonight. Under the basket, rebound grab by Beeston. They're still on a full-court press with a 18-point lead, 5 minutes to go in the ballgame. In and out, rebound grab by Lee, and it's dug out by Myers. He finds Burns under the basket, and Bryce Burns breaks the lid on the basket as he gets his first basket of the ballgame. Brenneman gives it back. Leach pulls up from three, no good. Brenneman tips the rebound over to Beeston. Logan Beeston. Had it poked away from behind. Myers grabs it back for the Tornadoes. 58-42, 4:19 left. That pass tipped. And I didn't know if they were going to call that foul because they didn't call the first one. But they called the second one.
His third. Check back into the Irish, number 22, Bucky Bishop, and number 32, Josh Lee. Shooting 1-1 for the Tornadoes. Number 3,
I tell you, the chemistry of this team and the Fighting Irish is something you don't see every day either.
Oh, absolutely.
For them all to be on the same page, no matter who's in and out of the game, it's incredible.
For sure. Braden Rogo knocks down the first free throw, trims it to a 15-point deficit. 58-43 is the score. 4:16 left. There's still plenty of time, Greg. I mean, they just have to come up with some stops, and they really have got to find more opportunities on the offensive end. Rogo unable to convert on the second free throw. 4:10 left here in the ballgame. Timeout called. Full timeout. 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. We'll keep it right here, and we'll use this time to thank our sponsors for bringing you tonight's ball game right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to your halftime show sponsor, First National Bank of Sycamore. Stick around for the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Also, our player of the game brought to you by MST Sauce Company. And the keys to the game tonight brought to you by Win Waste Innovations in Fostoria. We'd also like to thank Phillips Electric, Sarah Risen, Century 21 Bolte and Tiffin, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Fort Ball Pizza Palace, Ex-Carre Mexican Restaurant, and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Also special mentions to Boco Host, Tony Klepper, and Bookmeyer Printing for their contributions and help with the startup of Heart of Ohio Sports. And that's right, folks, we are just getting started here with Heart of Ohio Sports. I have a feeling that over the next couple of weeks, we've got a few announcements that we're going to be making. Launch of our website coming up here pretty soon. Very exciting things are happening here at Heart of Ohio Sports.
Absolutely, Nate. And like they say, you got to walk before you run. So we're getting things rolling now, and pretty soon we'll be running full speed for you guys.
That's right. Greenlee working on Rogo. Now for Thames. Micah Thames working on Braden Rogo. Trying to waste as much of this clock as they can. Down to 3:31 left in the ballgame. Kai Leach. Spin move. Driving, up with the shot off the glass, no, rebound, I don't know about that one, Greg.
Seemed kind of late to call that.
there's been a couple times where they don't call it until after the shot's missed, you know. I think if he would have made it, they probably wouldn't have called it. But since he missed it, they're like, yeah, you get another shot at that. And honestly, I think that does happen in certain instances. You know, like the referee will look at it and say, well, he was affected by the defense, so there was a foul. Whereas you have that same contact and he makes the shot, and they'll say, well, he was able to finish.
Yep.
Kai Leach, freshman at the line, knocks down the first. (59-43) is your score. 3:23 left here in the ball game. Leach knocks down the second free throw. (60-43) your score. Burns pulls up from three on the left wing. No. Rebound grabbed by Josh Lee.
Those are heartbreakers, in and out shots like that, Nate.
Michael Greenlee gives it over to Thames. Now back to Greenlee. Driving. Kick out. Right wing for Bishop. Thames driving into the paint. Shot no good. And it goes out of bounds off of Tiffin Columbia. 2:43 left here in the ball game. 60-43 your score. Rogo checks in, as does Jacob Weingart. Cyrus Burden and Jaden Myers check out for the Tornadoes. Timeout called on the floor by Mike Floyd of the Central Catholic Fighting Irish. We'll keep it right here. 2:43 left here in the ball game. Make sure you stick around for the postgame show, brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union, as we bring you the MST Sauce Company Player of the Game. We'll talk about the keys to the game, brought to you by Win Waste Innovations in Fostoria. Of course, thanks to all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports, MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Phillips Electric, Win Waste Innovations in Fostoria, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen, Century 21 Bolte in Tiffin, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Fort Ball Pizza Palace, Ex-Carre Mexican Restaurant, and your Legacy Federal Credit Union. All proud sponsors right here with Heart of Ohio Sports. Irish working it around, trying to waste some time here. Down to 2:28 left here in the ball game. Over to the right wing for Brenneman. Now down low. Back out. Now over to Johnson. Reset. Chico Johnson draws the double team. Now kicks it over to Greenlee. Now out Sam Lee.
Oh my goodness. They're just
playing keep away.
Great job playing keep away right now.
Chico Johnson unable to finish. Logo grabs the rebound and throws it out of bounds. One thing I will say about those Lee brothers, man, they are always around the ball.
Yeah, they do. Excellent job. Excellent job of being wherever the ball's at.
That's right.
Where they need them to be.
And if they don't get the rebound, they pester the guy who does get the rebound. I mean, they're all over him. Beaston knocks down the jumper just inside the free throw, or just inside the three-point arc. 60-45. Irish leading by 15. 1:38 left here in the ball game. Greenlee brings it into the forecourt over to Brenneman. Now back to Greenlee. Down to 1:30 left, and we'll get a reach-in foul on Bryce Burns. That'll be his first foul. Of course, Columbia now with 10 fouls. They've been there for a little while. That'll put Michael Greenlee Jr. at the line for 2 shots.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a word presentation concludes this game. You'll ask to stay on the floor. Thank you for your cooperation.
Greenlee, second free throw. That one's good. So Michael Greenlee knocks down one of two. Irish lead 61-45. Logan Beeston pulls up from three-point. No good. Rebound. Gathered in by Brenneman. They push it down the floor. Johnson now with it. If you remember last year, Greg, Chico Johnson absolutely went off against these same Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes, and that was where they met their end.
It's just hard
and
to stop.
It's just the exact same scenario here.
Yeah.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tiffin Columbian. And now we got some subs here as some youth comes into the game now for both teams. For Tiffin Columbian, checking in right now, you've got number 0, Brady Gooding. Number 1, Zach Shawberry. You've got number 5, Drew Vasco. Number 4, Jack Newlove. And number 22, Isaac Garcia. $50 seconds left here in the ballgame. I see short shorts are making a comeback, Greg.
To each their own, Nate. To each their own.
I still remember the Michigan Fab Five, making those long baggy shorts the thing, and that was a thing for a long time. I still remember it was a thing when we were in high school to wear your gym shorts under your jeans so you could just bust out and ball a game anytime, anywhere. You want a ball? You got jeans on. Yeah, well, guess what? I don't now. Number 50, in off the bench, Dylan Fisher knocks down the free throws. Actually got 1 of 2 to go. 64-45 your score. Drew Vasco off the screen. Spots up from 3, no. Rebound grabbed under the basket, Leach. Makai Leach brings it into the forecourt. Down to 24 seconds left. And this figures to be the last possession of the ball game. 64-45 looks to be the final score here. And we'll take a moment before we wrap things up to recognize and say thank you to all the seniors on this squad. Because there's a lot of experience right now that's hanging their heads heavy, and they got nothing to hang their heads about because they had an outstanding season.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll step aside, take a momentary audio timeout. We'll be right back with the post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Flyer Fieldhouse. Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn sitting here courtside. You're listening to the postgame show brought to you by Phillips Electric. Actually, I'm sorry. Brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We want to thank Phillips Electric for being our postgame show sponsor in the game last night. I'm looking at an old copy. My mistake. Once again, you're listening to the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. Nate Mullins, Greg Kinn sitting here courtside. And we're talking about the MST Sauce Company player of the game as they are getting ready to announce or give recognition to the district runner-up and the district champions here tonight at Lake Flyer Fieldhouse. Greg, you and I talked about it a little bit off the air, and if I had to give it to anybody, I mean, I think this guy personifies what Tiffin Columbian basketball has been all about for the last 3 years. Since he's joined this program, success has followed him and followed this program. Cyrus Burden, I think, is my player of the game tonight. MST Sauce Company player of the game, just because he was able to contribute on both ends of the floor. He had 11 points, second leading scorer for Tiffin Columbian, but also on the defensive end, being able to put up with what he had to put up with. I mean, competing against two tall trees, and it wasn't like he was, he never had a break. Like I said, Greg, every time they took one off the floor, they put the other one back on the floor. Right. So he always had a 6'6" senior to go up against. And I think, for my money, I mean, he put on a heck of a show here tonight. Cyrus Burden is my pick for the MST Sauce Company player of the game.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you, Nate. The kid, he plays with such passion, and you can see it was real evident on his face there late in the game when you could feel things were starting to slip away. You could just tell that it wasn't sitting right with him, and that's the kind of fire that you need, the kind of passion you need to be a leader and to be the Madison Street Sauce Company player of the game.
There you go. So there is your MST Sauce Company player of the game, Cyrus Burden. Once again, you're listening to the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union post-game show. Greg, let's talk briefly about this game, but I first want to talk briefly about Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. They've been a part of this community for 70 years. They're a member-driven financial cooperative, and they are delighted to provide a personal touch to an often impersonal industry with a focus on respect and member satisfaction while caring for your financial needs. Stop at Your Legacy, located at 25 Schaefer Park Drive in Tiffin. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA. So, Greg, let's talk about this game a little bit. Disappointing ending for Tiffin Columbian. This is not the way they wanted their season to end, but still a successful season as a whole.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, being able to have vindication against Sandusky here at Lake High School, I think that had to have been the icing on the cake for this season. But they wanted more than that. That they had their eyes set on the prize. That was not their end-all, be-all. That was not what they had their eyes on. But that's the way it is sometimes.
Well, tonight was just one of those situations, Nate, where you get two teams that are so equally matched, equal records, both play with the same amount of intensity and passion, and they hit each other like this, and it's all about what shots fall, what shots don't fall, getting the rebounds. And we obviously know which team led the way with the rebounds tonight, and that was the difference maker in this one.
Yeah.
When you can't get your shots to fall and then you can't get those rebounds to get your second chance shots, you fall behind quickly and you fall behind easily.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Once again, this is the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union post-game show. Our MST Sauce Company player of the game, Cyrus Burden, has 11 points and contributions on the defensive end of the floor. Led the way here tonight for Tiffin Columbian. I want to take a moment before we wrap things up and give recognition to all the seniors on this squad, because there's a lot of leadership for these Tornadoes. And Greg, if you remember, these seniors, their first season as freshmen, let's just say it wasn't very fun for those freshmen, but
and they worked so hard to get to this point.
That's exactly that was my next point. They put in all the work that they needed to put in to make the turnaround that was necessary for this program. Not just for them as kids, but for the program. Look at the program that they leave behind compared to the program that they inherited.
Absolutely, it's one of success.
Hey, they always say leave it better than you found it. And for these guys, I think you can say exactly that. They have done just that. I want to recognize Drew Vasco, senior, number 5, guard. Recognize Bryce Burns, senior, 6'3", guard. I also recognize Cyrus Burden, 6 foot, senior, guard. Number 23. Number 24, the pesky Jacob Weingart, 6 foot, guard. And number 34, I'll tell you, I can't come up with the perfect word for Jaden Myers because he does everything.
It's the foundation.
He does all that's a great word. The foundation. There's the franchise. There's the process. Jaden Myers is the foundation upon which this success was built upon. And that's a great way to put it, Greg. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Those are your seniors. for the 2022 or 2021-2022 Tiffin Columbian boys basketball squad. Greg, any final thoughts before we wrap things up here tonight?
I just want to say, to the entire team, it's been a pleasure watching them this season. I appreciate everything that Columbians allowed us to do, covering the games for these guys, and it's been a real treat just getting to see these guys in action.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself. It has been an absolute treat to watch these guys, and folks, we're not done. That's right. We've got more playoff basketball coming to you live from Bowling Green State University. We'll be there at the Stroh Center this Tuesday night as Tiffin Calvert takes on Ottoville. That's a 6 o'clock tip-off. Tune in right here on Heart of Ohio Sports at 5:50 for the pregame show. Once again, the regional semifinal between Tiffin Calvert and Ottoville right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Greg, any final thoughts? I mean, I think we've pretty much said it all.
Number 24.
I said the chips just didn't land where Columbian needed them to tonight. It's a heartbreaker, but once again, congratulations on a great season to get to this point.
Huge shout out and thank you to all of our sponsors who got us here to this point. Thanks to our halftime show sponsor, First National Bank of Sycamore. Our postgame show, which you're currently listening to, was brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Player of the game tonight brought to you by MST Sauce Company, and Keys to the Game brought to you by Winwaste Innovations in Fostoria. We also want to thank Phillips Electric, Reno's Pizza and Pasta, Sarah Risen Century 21 Bolte and Tiffin, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Fort Ball Pizza Palace, Ex-Carre Mexican Restaurant, and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. There you have it, your district champions, the Toledo Central Catholic Fighting Irish, with a victory over Tiffin Columbian. Final score 64-45. Central Catholic moves on as they will. That actually, the next round for them takes place at Bowling Green as well. And they'll take the floor next Thursday at the Stroh Center for a 6 o'clock tip-off awaiting their opponent.
Congratulations to them. Hats off. A well-played game here tonight.
Yeah. What a huge win for the Fighting Irish as they move on. And a great season for the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes as they finish as district runner-up here at Lake Flyer Fieldhouse. All right, that's going to do it for Greg Kinn. I'm Nate Mullins signing off. Once again, you've been listening to the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union postgame show. Thanks to all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's broadcast right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Your final score 64-45. Tiffin Columbian season comes to a close, but we'll be right back with more playoff basketball this Tuesday as we bring you Tiffin Calvert versus Ottoville in the regional semifinal from Bowling Green State University this Tuesday. Tune in at 5:50 for the pregame, 6 o'clock tip-off right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Have a good night, everybody.